welcome to the Heroic Review. This is a small review where we're going to discuss the premiere episode to My Little Pony Season 4, which we've all just finished watching. So I'm going to introduce our panel. We have Goombasa. Say hello, Goombasa.
Hello, all.
We have Pounce. Say hello, Pounce.
I am here to serve, brother.
We have Reverb. Say hello, Reverb.
Hello, everyone.
We have Swedely. Say hello, Swedely.
Good morning.
And we have two new guests on the panel. We have Anna. Say hello, Anna.
Hi!
And who do you play, Anna?
I sometimes play Pinkie Pie!
And we also have Phoenix. Say hello, Phoenix.
Annyeonghaseyo.
And what's your job on the show, Phoenix?
I do the magic fingers of editing.
Excellent. So let's get on with the episode. What did we all think? Starting with Anna.
Oh my god. That was pretty darn good. That's like what my personal opinion of it was a lot better than the last one, I've got to say.
Okay. Goombasa, your personal opinion?
I thought it was really, really good. I would put it, it's probably not as good in my opinion as the season 2 opener, but I think it would come a close second in terms of the openers that we've had so far. I was very impressed with it.
Phoenix, your view?
I don't rate episodes against each other much, but it was a good opener. I think the second half was better. The first half kind of took a while to get its feet going.
Pounce?
I'm going to go ahead and agree with Phoenix. I try not to rate episodes against each other because I feel like it takes away from both episodes, and just say that I really liked it. The first half, I'm not really sure what was going on, mostly because I haven't seen all of it yet. But the second half, which I have actually watched, is fantastic. Can't wait for more.
Reverb?
Yes, I agree. Can't wait for more. It's just such a weird feeling to actually be watching new episodes again. Because, I mean, I actually got into the fandom at the end of Season 3. I mean, when I was watching them, I could watch all of them. So it's a weird feeling for me to be able to watch them as they're brand new and happening for everyone. But, yeah, I really liked it.
Swedely, your thoughts?
I just thought it was, at times it got really deep and like sort of emotional actually. Maybe it's just me being in this fandom long enough to where I actually sort of connect a bit more, or I've just gotten in touch with my feminine side, but just some things about it move me. And also, like Reverb said, it's cool to be a part of this because this is actually my first 26 episode season that I'm going to see from start to finish.
Okay. I think that's our introductions. Now it's going to be spoilerific, so assuming anyone is listening to this that hasn't already seen the episode, now is a good time to stop and go and watch it because you all think it's great. So, free for all!
Discord!
Discord!
No, that's what I was going to talk. I was so happy that John Delancey was in it. It's so great. I hope he's a recurring character.
Agreed.
Can I voice a very unpopular opinion then?
Go for it.
I thought Discord was completely unnecessary in this episode.
How dare you?
I somewhat agree with that, unfortunately.
Didn't he set up the actual enemy?
He set up the villain. Like, the villain was caused by him 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So without Discord, they would have had to introduce an alternate source for the threat. So once they revealed that he was the cause of the evil tentacle things, that justified him being in the episode for me.
True.
Not only that, but who are they going to blame when something goes wrong? Of course they're going to blame Discord at first if they don't know immediately.
Yeah, and to be fair, he was definitely acting pretty suspicious through his first appearance in the episode. He was trying to deny that he had anything to do with it, but he was doing it in his own Discord-y way, so you never can really trust what he's saying the first time he says it.
Yeah, but when doesn't he act suspicious? He's always suspicious, always up to something.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that I didn't enjoy him. I just thought, storyline-wise, it could have been something else. But it's nice to have him back every time.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
As much as I hate to sound like I'm just taking Phoenix's side with everything, based on what I've seen so far, yeah, Discord probably wasn't necessary. I was just really happy to see him because I love John Delancey. I mean, when I hear his voice, it just sets my heart all aflutter, baby.
I think the one drawback of Discord in this was that they spent an awful lot of time with him, given that he was kind of not doing anything for the first episode. How do we feel about Megan McCarthy in one fell swoop, destroying about 3 different kinds of fanfic.
Oh,
destroyed
that felt
mine.
so
The
good.
Genesis of Nightmare Moon's gone. Fluttercord has been destroyed. I'm really unhappy that Fluttercord is destroyed.
You would.
What do you mean? What with Fluttercord? Maybe I missed this bit of the episode.
He's like, I've got this lovely Shutterfly here, and he hugs Rainbow Dash, and Fluttershy's like, but I'm Fluttershy. And he's like, yeah,
That made me
whatever,
really
horse.
sad.
Did I miss that part?
Oh, I actually missed that part.
Yeah, it was in episode 1. At the end, she's like, you've got to help us out because we're all friends. But I like the idea that Fluttershy's like his bestie and that he
Made me
writes her
so
letters.
sad.
Me too. That makes me
I
sad.
think they are just Discord. You know, he's nonchalant about everything because he likes chaos.
He's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
And again, it feeds into what I was talking about before we started the chat. This episode in one fell swoop pretty much dissipates any fears the fandom should have about Discord being quote unquote domesticated like he was at the end of Keep Calm and Flutter On, because he was very much Discord in this 2-parter.
Also, he looks really good in a maid outfit.
Yes, that's no canon.
Oh, the fanfics. Oh, the fanfics.
You can hear the pens are scribbling as we speak. The thing I'd say regarding Discord in this is, as we've said before, he's the villain. Indirectly the villain of the entire piece, and he's playing the characters from the start. He's lying from the minute he appears to when they come out the Everfree.
He
manipulating them.
also convinces Twilight to go back though.
He's manipulating the entire cast right from the get-go. The only honest thing they have the character say is to congratulate Twilight. That is literally the only thing Discord actually says in the entire 2-parter. The rest is all him playing them.
Yeah, and when he's talking to Twilight and getting her to go back to her friends, because of who Discord is and how he talks, you're not really sure if he's doing it to try and convince her to go back, or if he's really just having fun at her expense when it first happens. Also, I would just like to note, Discord playing Pin the Tail on the Pony with Celestia's tail was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, given that Megan McCarthy's just ruined everybody's fun, let's talk about the ways in which she ruined the fun. So what did we think about the rise and fall of Nightmare Moon?
That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in the show.
That was really cool.
I liked how you saw how the castle used to look.
Oh yeah, that
That's
was the
what
castle.
appealed to me a bit.
We also get to see in part how the castle got wrecked.
Oh yeah, I love me some battle damage.
Yeah, that was a fantastically done fight scene, I thought.
The Dragon Ball Z style finish.
It had a lot of great emotion, too, where Celestia takes a shot full in the chest, and you just see Twilight sitting there, sobbing over her body for a second, and I'm sitting there going, oh my god, is this getting heavy or what?
That was some nice cinematography. I will admit, it was a really nice bit of cinematography. The single beam of light surrounding the pair of them.
Making a great use of their new light technology, too. Like the light and shadows on the ponies that we saw throughout both episodes.
There was lighting effects
Especially
everywhere.
with the sun and the moon part on Twilight and Luna. That part was epic, lighting-wise, animation, etc. I've got a quick question about the part with Luna. They say the comics are canon. In the comics with Nightmare Rarity, they should have called her Nightmare Diamond, but that's a whole separate issue.
Nightmarity.
Anyway, the actual Nightmare, which made her Night Rarity, whatever, is an actual different force, a separate force, and they said that this is the same thing that made Luna Nightmare Moon. I didn't really see that in this episode. Kind of looked like just a manifestation of her magic.
They were very...
I think it was kind of subtle, but I picked up on it.
Yeah, they were vague. I'm pretty sure that the comics are as canon as comics are ever canon.
A little bit.
They're canon until the show changes it.
I'd have to watch that part again, actually. I think I want to watch it again now.
There was a sinister force that showed up, so it could be said it was an outside force. But Megan McCarthy has spoken to Katie Cook and Andy Price, who did that particular run. She's aware of that. I don't know whether she was aware of it before this episode got written, because this script got locked in August of 2012.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure the comic didn't get written until earlier probably till late last year, so probably after that. But she's certainly aware of everything that happens in the comic.
No, fair enough.
So Nightmare Moon, Luna's Nightmare Moon for about 2 or 3 hours overall. because she turns into Nightmare Moon. Within about 5 minutes, she's blasted to the moon.
That's a good point.
I always thought with the way it was said before, it was a much bigger battle. A lot of ponies were in danger, etc., etc.
1,000 years, you can blow a
It
storm.
did feel rushed. It did feel like, oh, I better lock her away in the moon now.
She was locked up in the moon straight away.
Well, cameras from 1,000 years ago didn't have as much film, so they had to cut it for time.
Boo!
She spent more time as Nightmare Moon in the pilot than she ever did in the past, so that's a thing to note.
That's kind of strange. That kind of makes sense because nobody really knew about Nightmare Moon, did they? It was just Twilight reading the book.
Oh.
I'm perfectly willing to assume that more stuff happened, but there was brevity in the flashback. The magical. It was a magical potion. She didn't actually see what happened. She saw a magical potion's interpretation of what happened.
Also,
I
I
claim
guess.
unreliable narrator.
When she made the potion, didn't she use Sombra's magic?
Yeah, why'd she do that?
It did look like dark magic, yes. It was the same effect
Yeah,
as
yeah,
when
she did.
Celestia used dark magic, too,
Oh,
when
it's
she first
true.
learned it, yeah.
Do you think that Megan McCarthy's setting something else up?
Well, it has to be intentional. They wouldn't just leave that for no reason.
Everything's intentional.
Twilight's the season finale villain.
That'd be cool.
So, having crushed everybody's dreams of the Nightmare Lunar Republic, we get on to the first appearance of Discord, where clearly other stuff had happened before Celestia and Luna fired the friendship gun at him.
Ooh, did you see it though? Celestia and Luna were all like beaten up and stuff. Ooh, the battle must have been so good.
The only part I saw was him sitting on the throne. Did something else happen in the episode which I missed?
No, nothing else happened. That was literally all we saw of Discord's Reign of Terror.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to
that
see
was
which
cool.
elements each princess had.
I think they shared them equally. If
They
Celeste...
shared them equally. Sorry, Lauren Faust's been in canon saying that once Luna was banished, they didn't work because each of them had 3. And she had decided which had which. But obviously, the canon that Lauren Faust had in mind has been somewhat superseded by changes since. So, Discord, we all liked. The bag of evil vines that crush everything in their path was
What did he
really
call them?
quite
He called them plunder vines at the end of the episode, I think.
something. It had an adorable name.
I'm pretty sure it was plunder vines or something like that. And he said that their purpose was to steal the magic from the tree.
Yes, he did. He did say that. On reflection, I really like that idea like so much. That
That the elements came from a tree?
No, the bit with Discord and the plunder vines, just that I set this plan up to totally destroy your society and everything you stand for, and it got a bit delayed, and then it happened, and I just let you fix it.
Have you guys noticed that Discord is more clever than he lets on? Like, everything he did in the beginning seems spontaneous, but he's got a lot of contingency plans.
Yeah.
Well, he is basically a trickster god, and in mythology, they are known for planning like 5-6 steps ahead, though they're usually taken down by their own hubris, which was what we saw at the end of Return of Harmony Part 2.
Yeah, even the most now I'm sure someone who actually knows what the hell they're talking about is going to correct me here, but even the most benign trickster gods and the most benevolent trickster gods are always kind of jerks. Like they're never 100% helpful.
Yeah, they kind of see themselves as like the kind of creatures that they think everyone else is maybe not lesser, but sort of like the unwashed masses because they don't have the vision or the cunning that the trickster does. So they kind of look down on them as if they were just rabble to be controlled because only this trickster god has this amazing vision and this plan and everyone else is just pawns in it. So that's why they kind of come off as jerks, I think.
There's also trickster gods like, say, Coyote from Native American myth, who I'm going to fundamentally misunderstand, and I'm so sorry, where Coyote's entire sort of remit is to prove to people that they're not as clever as they think they are. That's the entire purpose of Coyote, is to show you that actually you may be a king, but you can still fall down a flight of stairs. That kind of thing. It's just the chaos can completely destroy anything at any time, so don't get too attached to the stuff you like. which is a pretty good lesson.
If anything, they're as close to chaotic neutral as you can really get, basically.
Yeah. And the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm really enjoying the way that Megan wrote Discord in this episode. Who wrote Keep Calm and Flutter On? It was Dave Polsky. Yeah, Megan McCarthy wrote Discord a lot better than him. Okay, so the Tree of Harmony.
Oh, so cool.
Okay, so it's a magic tree that bears fruit of harmony.
I quite like the idea of a Tree of Harmony because it kind of makes sense where the elements came from. Before it was kind of like, oh yeah, they're just here. They've been here for a while. But now it kind of makes sense that, Celestia and Una went down to this tree and just kind of got them. And it makes sense that, they're really powerful and stuff.
Yeah, I liked it pretty much for the same way. It's like Harmony was of that world. Like, it was a natural part of the world, but sometimes it just needs to be utilized a little bit more precisely and strategically in order to keep balance and keep everyone happy.
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting as an outside force. Goombasa, any thoughts on the magic tree?
People have pretty much summed up my thoughts on it. I thought it was actually a very clever way to give the origins of the elements, because I'm always a big fan of something like that where we have Celestia and Luna, who are very powerful beings, but the idea that they didn't create the elements and that they found them makes it a very interesting origin story to me. And it also makes you wonder how long they knew about the Tree of Harmony before they had to take the elements to use them against Discord, or if Discord knew about the Tree of Harmony before.
Although now we have the origin of the elements, we don't have the origin of the tree.
Yes.
The tree was put in, and they're going to somehow, please, whoever you're, Anna, what's her name that writes? Not Anna, Anna's in the chat. Megan McCarthy. Please tie it in with Fosticorn. Please tie it in with Fosticorn.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that like it's a Narnia type of thing.
That would be interesting.
Fostercorn. Oh, how I see.
There's a chance that this tree was planted by Fausticorn. For a minute, I was suspecting the tree was Luna and Celestia's mother.
That's because you're weird.
Oh.
There's a magic tree that grows gemeralds underground that fights vines, and that's fine.
And that's perfectly acceptable, but trees don't give birth to Princess Elephant.
In my theory, they might. Alright, okay, so let's move to the final point, which is the tree has given us a magical box with 6 keyholes. Box thoughts, go.
What if inside the box is a seed for another tree?
The cycle of life. Very, 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 very cliche, but not something I would put past the writers.
Yep, the Great Deku Tree principle.
Yeah. Let's not forget this show's written for 6-year-olds, so...
Not anymore.
No, not anymore, because we're sitting here for 32 minutes talking about it, so...
Are you kidding? This is the deepest show on television right now.
They could be making the metaphor that friendship bears fruit, and that fruit is harmony.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's really bad.
All right, so what's going to be in the box? What is harmony personified?
It's either going to be a new tree or an alicorn.
Yes. It's not going to be Princess
It's going to be
Skylar.
Nyx.
What about a 7th element?
Hang on. I'm checking if Megan McCarthy said anything. Megan McCarthy says this is going to be a season-long story arc.
Well, yeah, because each of the main 6 are going to find a key that's individual to them, and then they're going to unlock the box.
I wonder.
So is it going to be season long as in the Journal of Star Swirl the Bearded season long, or Grand Galloping Gala season long?
Grand Galloping Gala.
What's the difference?
Well, with the with Star Swirl the Bearded's book, it shows up at the start and it shows up at the end. And with Grand Galloping Gala, they kept bloody talking about it all the time. If anything,
Yeah, but then it sucked.
Yeah, it was an awful gala. But if Megan McCarthy's continuous tweets on the subject are anything to indicate, they've not done anything like this before, she says. So there's a good chance that this is going to be
6-part episode.
Several episodes. I mean, it's going to be referenced continuously throughout the season. That's the strong indication.
I have a theory. I heard someone say this either in this chat or another chat, I forget which. All the main six are going to have to face, like, anti-versions of themselves and, like, overcome them. And when they do, that produces the key, one of their keys for the box. And my theory, once they open up the box, which I think is going to be at the beginning of a 2-parter finale, it's going to unleash holy hell on Equestria. Like, everything is going to collapse, everything's going to go wrong, and everything seems hopeless. I don't know, some catastrophe that's going to make the fandom erupt. But at the very last moment, something like a little sprinkle of light's going to come out, and that'll be called hope, you know? So that box is like Pandora's box.
Okay, I hope not, because we've already done the reversal elements of harmony in Discord's Return of Harmony, where he discorded them all. We've already done that. I hope we don't do it again, because it's been done.
Yeah, we don't really need a mean
I
six.
have a theory too, guys. My theory is, right, you may think it's stupid, that I think there is actually going to be a new Alicorn, right? Hear me out, okay? What happened is when the elements were returned, right, the Celestias and Luna's cutie mark also appeared on the tree going down, right? And then there was a flower. So inside the box might either be, you know, it's probably not going to be a new Alicorn, but it might be a sign that there's going to be a new Alicorn or something else. Cadence and Twilight went on there because they were made Alicorns. Wonder they weren't born Alicorns.
Oh, there is merit to that.
They were saying Twilight's the last Alicorn, etc. What about Cadence? Cadence didn't have any part in that entire episode.
She was busy running the Crystal Empire. They said that at the beginning.
She's not going to be in the show anymore. We all hate Cadence. We hate everything.
We don't all hate Cadence.
She's got a crystal on her bum. No one
Hey,
likes her.
whoa.
Yeah.
I like her.
And she's pink.
And she's fun.
I was going to say we could end with one kind of last thing, which is what are people's opinions on the fact that this episodes kind of answered a lot of fan criticisms?
I think it did directly address everybody's problems with the finale.
That's what it felt like to me. It felt like a checkbox of, right, you were being complaining about this, let's just chuck them all in.
You hear that, haters? You can shut up now.
And Equestria Girls was, like, completely ignored.
As they promised.
Yes.
Thank God.
I don't know. I hope they don't start pandering.
How does everyone feel about them giving up the elements?
Yes.
Great.
That was brilliant,
That was
actually.
good.
About time.
Because once again, it addresses the fact that now they can't use the orbital friendship cannon anymore and have to rely on other
Deus
means.
Ex Machina,
Yeah.
fixing everything, no matter what it is, all the time. I'm so sick of the
I
elements.
was delighted by the Discord reaction to the complete lack of the elements of harmony, which was a total absence of surprise, and then a smugness.
The scheming began.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if he wanted to be a jerk again, he can immediately be a jerk again. And he's like, oh, he lost the elements? Well, how surprising!
Going back to the box, how do we think this is going to affect the slice of life nature of the show now? Do you think that each of the keys is going to have their own separate adventure episode, or are they going to discover them through their slice of life adventures?
Both,
I was going
actually.
to say, if that's the case, it'll seem very shoehorned in. It's like exact same episode. Oh, but at the end we got a key.
Having looked at the titles of the episodes coming up, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a tentpole episode where a special lesson is learned or some such. They'll have an episode focused on it rather than it being like Applejack has to, I don't know, build a new barn and she gets the barn.
She discovers mega honesty.
Yeah, so it's going to be like Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, basically.
Megan McCarthy did say, or the Hub did, that they were each going to get their own episode. So, you know, that's probably what's going to happen.
Finally, a Rarity episode. I've been waiting so long.
We've been promised 2. Let's see how many we get. Okay, I think we'll call it there. So thank you to the panel for participating. Can we have a group goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
All right, thank you for listening, and be lovely to each other. Good night, everyone.